Carry me.
Hey, nobody's
Carry me.
Hey, nobody's getting
Carry me.
Hey, nobody's getting
You just slap me. Why are you beating me?
Yes, you're welcome back to Mgbeke TV show with Professor Mgbeke. There's this issue that has been going on in Imo State. The court judgment in favor of Mrs. Uloma Nwosu. The 260 million naira judgment in favor of Mrs. Uloma Nwosu. Many are saying different things. If the government should obey that court order, or if the government shouldn't obey that court order. But for me, everybody wants to see what has Professor Mgbeke to say. What does she want to say? What's her opinion? As we all know that Professor Mgbeke will say the undiluted truth without minding whose horse is guard. But before then, let's hear what people have to say.
You don't use evil to pay evil. It is obvious that during the father's time, the family were very popular for disrespecting court orders. There are a whole lot of them that are still pending, and it's still very painful that right now the family expects that they are going to still take 260 million naira from Imo State government coffer to pay them after they have robbed the state. The state has been pulled back over 23 years back, in terms of bad governance. So I don't know, that should be that for me right now. They should wait until their turn. When it's their turn, then probably they can be paid 260 million. But for now, I think we would start from the father paying or accepting to pay every other court judgment he had violated before it gets to her turn, for her to receive 260 million naira.
So for the state government should not relent to represent the state well at the court. But if at the end eventually the state loses to Uloma Nwosu at the Supreme Court level and they insisted that the government of Imo State should pay Uloma Nwosu that sum of money, then it now calls for proper probing of that past administration of Rochas Okorocha, because there are a lot of things that needed to be recovered from that young man, or should I call him buoyant politician, as far as Imo State is concerned. There are so many things that have not been accounted for. If I should mention them, they are too numerous to mention. We have the case of Isopadec funds that went missing during his tenure. This money up till now have not been accounted for. So that money amounts to billions of naira. You cannot compare billions with 260 million naira. If the state loses to Uloma Nwosu, even before the final judgment, the state government should now warm up to say, we have come to probe the past administration of Senator Rochas Okorocha when he was the governor of Imo State. I think we can recover more than enough even to pay her should we lose at the Supreme Court eventually.
My name is Dr. Sifan Okorochukwu. I want to comment on the court case Mrs. Uloma Nwosu brought against Imo State Government, Commissioner of Police, and other relevant agencies about invasion of his privacy in a bid to recover alleged government property in her possession. Presumably, Imo State Government and its agency and the committee probably believed that the property in the premises they've invaded were government properties. assuming without conceding that this is true, the procedure they adopted is totally wrong. If they believe that Mrs. Uloma Nwosu is in possession of government property, the Imo State government has a law about how we have courts of competent jurisdiction. The state government need to approach the courts. If their findings are true, they find that it's a civil case. Or if they believe it's a criminal case, they invite the police. They invite the woman in question to make statement. Police will investigate. If at the end of the day, the woman is found liable of the possession of a stolen property, she will be charged to court. Courts have to give order. There must be a judgment to say, recover this property, recover this or not, this belongs to the government or not. And let us avoid the situation whereby some individuals will rise up from a committee or group of thugs, invading people's privacy, insulting and beating people up. This is totally wrong. This case must appear before a court of competent jurisdiction. If they gave judgment, if the woman decide not to appeal to the appeal court, she has a right to appeal to the appeal court, to the Supreme Court. You cannot wake up one morning and start telling people that there's a government property here, you start invading people's privacy, beating people up. No, this is wrong. No matter whoever you are supporting or the party you belong to or wherever you are from, let us do the thing in a very right, with the best practice and global inclination for transparency. I don't believe that because it is related to Okorocha, everything Okorocha is wrong, or because this one is illegal. No. Let us follow the law of the land so that we will not create a chaotic or riotic situation that will haunt us tomorrow. Thank you so much.
I am Lily Pats, and here is my opinion on the ongoing debate of 260 million naira court order issued to be paid to Mrs. Uloma Nwosu. I think her right was violated. I think she was wrong. And I see that the members of committee were wrong to do what they have done. And if the law did not say that they broke the law, they wouldn't have asked that that money should be paid to her. If ex-Governor Rogers Okorocha wronged the people of Imo State, the people of Imo State had all the right to stand up for their right. They can sue the father and get what is theirs. And if he is owing the people of Imo State, he has to pay to the last couple. Just like the way the government of Imo State is paying the daughter, the father also had to come out and pay the people of Imo State. But I do not agree that they have to hold the father to pay first before the daughter will be paid. It's not done like that. No, two wrongs can make a right. Never. Her right was violated and she sought for justice and justice was served. So let the government of Imo State pay that money. Then let the people of Imo State rise up and ask for what is theirs. They should fight just like the way Mrs. Uloma fought for what is her right. Let the people of Imo State fight for their right and get it. If there is a crime committed against the people of Imo State, it has to be brought to book. Every young man and woman of Imo State who thought that their rights have been violated, whatever belongs to them have been taken from them by the ex-Governor Rogers Okorocha, then they should stand up and fight for it. It is their right. They have to make demand of it. But I do not agree that the justice that is served this woman should be denied of her because of the father. No. If we go like this, then anybody's right can be trampled upon and go scot-free. We are fighting that tomorrow Nigeria will be a good country, that our laws will be working, that justice will be served. When one goes wrong, let punishment be served and let justice be served. And not because she is the father of a man who had wronged the people of Imo State, that justice shouldn't be served because of that. I think 260 million naira should be paid to Mrs. Uloma Nwosu. And after that, let the people of Imo State rise up for what is their right and ask that the father, ex-Governor Rogers Okorocha, should answer to all the things he did to the people of Imo State. And that is my opinion. Thank you very much.
All right, Professor Mgbeke, you know that in Alabama, Nigeria, basically, when you brand coconut hair there, the person must get confused and concerned and worried. So, Gilan and the whole process of Nigerian system, our judicial system is one of the worst, and they don't care because they make money from the system. All they can hear and say, most people that will never want Nigeria to work is the judicial system because they make their money from there. So, I didn't surprise now granted Uloma 100 billion, 200 billion, 260 billion, whatever it is. My concern is how many Nigerian common man will get justice from the Nigerian court when they approach the court, and how many people have the right to navigate around and get the same justice for which a rich man like Rochas will be seeking. Because the truth is, they must have ganged up among themselves to say, man, you can file for this thing and you can get, and I will make sure you get this kind of amount. That justice man and that judge and that lawyer and that magistrate and those people who gather together to grant her whatever she asks for in that sense, how many of the Nigerian people can they grant justice? Does she have the right to file for any case? Yes. Was anything done to her? I think so. I didn't know what I've been doing when they making her overreact. What I think those people were doing those days was just because Rochas is so notion. And I don't motion so that I need Jack and we for our own. It wasn't for the government, it wasn't for the people of Imo State. When I was watching those videos, I was concerned. Now this girl I lash a lot on that thing now to look for money inside the same Imo State from fire her for empty. Now the point is, Rochas Nowhere, whose daughter is doing this, they're going to be fulfilled. Whoever is going to share from that money will be happy. Like now, oh, how about at least 200 and something million is okay, let's use that one. They will be happy that they got the justice. But the truth about the situation is, Rochas Latineke lot to Rochas Rochas and for your 8 years in government. Even ordinary flyover Rochas nobody can drive that way. I was there. And when the underground, you can't even pass that. That's a death trap. Right? I will be asking Rochas and the entire family that will be happy that at least they got justice. Did you give Imo State justice?
You're welcome back to the show. Now we've heard what the people have said. Some are saying that Imo State shouldn't pay Mrs. Uloma Nwosu, and some are saying she should be paid. Some are even saying the government shouldn't even look into that at all. But let's ask these questions. Why are laws made? You all know that. Obviously, laws are made to be obeyed. Laws are made to check human excesses. Laws are made for you and for I to obey, so that situation of anarchy will not exist. So there will be peaceful coexistence. So we cannot say because somebody has done something wrong, we all continue on that line of doing what is not right. No. If you watch that video closely, the video there where Uloma cried out, "Why are you slapping me?" A member, I think it's a member of the recovery team, because I followed up that matter, raised his hands on Mrs. Uloma Nwosu, and she cried out, "Why are you hitting me?" It doesn't matter if the person is claiming I didn't hit her face, I hit her phone. You don't have any right to go in a physical combat, physical attack, raising your hands on a human being, on a fellow human being, even on an animal. You don't have the right. So I would say the people of Emeka Inhedio and the government then, the committee he set up, committee of recovery or recovery team led by Ndubuako, they acted like dogs. Yes, they acted like dogs. You don't go invading people's privacy. You don't go attacking people's children, people's wives, people's husbands. You don't go attacking people because you want to recover government, not your personal, even your personal properties, government properties. There are rules, there are laws guiding our existence, laws of the land. So, and if you also watch that video closely, background, you'll be hearing a voice, lynch her. Who do you want to lynch? Your fellow human being? Because you don't like her father? That's unacceptable. I think there's still more in this case that have not been looked into. The humiliation. She was demeaned. She was humiliated. She was assaulted. Her privacy was, let's be honest with this. How would you feel if that woman was your daughter? How would you feel if it was your sister that was publicly humiliated because you wanted to recover property of the government? Yes, you don't go about violating people's rights and expect them to keep quiet. And we should, give it to her. Uloma was very calm. I like that about her. Some other person would have acted badly, would have reacted, and that reaction would have caused a lot of problems in Imo State because she knows she knows her father, she knows who her father is, she knows what she can do, she knows who her husband is. Even if you say her husband is nothing, her father is nothing, they are men. No man, I bet you, not even my husband, not even my brothers, not even my sons would let anybody lay hands on me like that. It doesn't matter. So women should be respected. I stand for women, and I stand with everybody whose rights have been violated. I tell you, her right was violated. Things were not done properly. And the Mgbeke Hediohan's talks recovery team didn't do the right things. So I believe strongly that Uloma should be paid the 260 million naira. So like I said, Uloma has shown us, she has shown you, she has set the pace on how to fight for your fundamental human rights. She has shown you on how not to use violence to get what you want. If you watched that video where somebody hit Uloma, that was body contact, that was an attack on her. From the video I saw anyway, where she cried out, said, "Why are you slapping me? Why did you hit me?" If any human being, any sane person want to recover whatever in quotes you call government properties, there are due process to go about that. You should apply law and orderliness. Laws should be respected. You don't invade anybody's privacy, whether he or she is right or wrong. Follow due process, go to court, get your court order, and carry out the court order in the right way and in the right manner, not by invading people's privacy. Let's put it this way. Was Uloma the governor of Imo State at the time the father did not obey court orders? The answer is no. Rochas Okorocha is Rochas Okorocha. Mrs. Uloma Nwosu is an entity. Uloma Nwosu, being the daughter of Rochas Okorocha, is circumstantial in this case. This is a case of a human being whose right was violated. And she went to court to seek redress, and she got an order in her favor. So if other Imo State people or Imo State government are aggrieved, are unhappy with their former governor, Rochas Okorocha, Uloma has set the pace. Yes, Imo State governors should represent Imo State well in this case. Let's not take it personal. Let's not say because it has to do with Rochas Okorocha's daughter. Let's not say because it didn't happen during the time of Hopus that it might happen during the time of Emeka Ihedioha. You are all there to represent the people of Imo State very well. So get your lawyers, get your judicial, your team, your legal team, yes, to look into this judgment. If the judgment is right, because this judgment, as long as it came from the competent court of jurisdiction, should be respected. So if for any reason Imo State were not properly represented, you can go and appeal the case. If at the end of the day, the appeal still comes out in favor of Mrs. Uloma, so be it. She has to be paid. Yes, and I have one or two words for the government of Imo State. Imo State government is Imo State government, okay? It does not matter if it was during the time of Rochas, if it's during the time of Hakim, if it's during the time of Ihedioha, or during the time of this, our man, His Excellency Hope Uzodinma. It doesn't matter who, okay? So what matters is this. Imo State government should be respected, and Imo government should also represent Imo State government. So we should always do what is right. And if Imo State feel that judgment was not given in their favor, or they are not comfortable with the judgment, they can also go back to court and appeal it. So you can appeal it, but don't say, I will not pay, because it didn't happen during my time. It doesn't matter whose time. Imo State government is Imo State government, and Imo State government